and welcome to this edition of Forex Daily Dimes. I am your host, Josh Lilquist. Thanks for stopping by today. And today we're going to talk about, we got a lot of things going on in the equities markets. We got a lot of earnings coming up this week. We have a lot of bank earnings, several earnings announcements this week. So we'll test that real quick. We're going to look at the equities as we get into that. We're going to talk about the Forex dimes as we talk about every single time on this show. Trading the dimes, the $10s, the $20s, basically price to price trading and investing action. So let's dive into it. Before we do that, let's get into the news for the week. Not a whole lot going on today. Today's Monday, the 12th of November. So not a whole lot going on today. Tomorrow either. Wednesday there's some RBA, Australian Bank news. Just unemployment change, employment rate or unemployment rate and change, and then there's Governor Lowe is speaking. So keep an eye on that if you're in the Australian dollar trades. Other than that, not a whole lot of news. You got retail sales and core retail sales numbers for the U.S. This week, so that may impact the U.S. dollar. So not a whole lot going on in the currency market. So let's leave that. Let's get into the equities. So this week, actually the last couple weeks here, we've had a lot of buying power pressure. Here's the S&P 500 weekly chart. So if you look at it here, we're testing all-time highs again. All-time highs here at around 35.90 roughly, almost 3600. Sitting currently at 35.28 at the moment, Central Time here, almost 10:30 here. So we're getting back to all-time highs there on the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, same thing, and all three of these major equities are going to look the same. You're going to have some similar price action. Here's the Dow. The Dow has kind of been the caboose. They've been a little slow on everything. The Russell's actually been leading the charge. I don't actually have that chart on here, but the Russell's been leading the charge in the equities. We like to peek at some of the cryptos. Ethereum, it's been consolidating for the past year or so. We're seeing some. We finally get above this June 2019 high. So right now we're sitting currently at $384. Bitcoin, I don't think I have that on here. But let's look at gold. So gold has been kind of an inverse to, or it's kind of been running with the stock market lately. As you can see, a pretty nice rise here from September, from $1,100 roughly. We cracked 2,000 on gold here. Same thing with silver. That's going to be a pretty similar picture. A little more volatile. It's currently at almost $25 an ounce right now. Last couple weeks we had a lot of buying coming in after a pretty big sell-off the week of the 21st of September. So let's peek at the esports. Here's the esports ETF. I like to peek at this one. We've been tracking this for a while. An area where price has really just been parabolic for a while now. And really since this ETF started here in 2018, really jumping off here in March of 20 this past year. Get up to almost $63 a share right now. Same thing with here. It was bottomed out here in March, and we've seen almost a crazy move out of this, and we're finally getting back up to almost the $20 area. So look at this to probably continue. I like this stock, especially all-time highs are around $88, $90 a share. So I'm looking for Turtle Beach Corporation to stay strong here. If you have any questions as we get into the currency market, if you have questions, definitely type them in the chat. We'll analyze any pairs you want to look at. We'll just kind of peek at the trading the dimes real quick. That's about it for the equities, though. Let's get into that now. So here's your euro dollar. And as we know, we trade the dimes from, in this case, from $1.20. We finally got a close below this $17.50, which is 150 pips shy of $1.20. And once we get a close above or below these, we call them hezzy lines. We're looking to take this in this case short down to $1.10. Right, they've been talking about this going to parity for a long time, and it just hasn't been able to get there. And it's been in this range here from $1.10 to $1.20 for the last 5 years or so. So just you gotta take what it gives you. So looking to take this short. So we're looking to get a short here at $19.25, $19.25. Stop loss at $1.20. Target $17.50. And these are just for entertainment purposes only, mainly for my entertainment. I like to do these because it helps me follow my rules. If you're trading and investing, you want to have a plan and strict rules within that plan. The only way to get better at that plan is to continually do that over and over and over again, where you're kind of a robot trading and investing. So I like to do this show it kind of helps me with my trading, follow my plan. Hopefully give you guys some entertainment. I know we have some special guests. Last week we had Alex Perna and Walker England kind of in a Forex showdown. I'm actually going to bring Walker England back on the show here this Wednesday, the 14th, October 14th. And we're going to talk about life as a broker. If anybody knows Walker England, he used to work for one of the largest Forex brokers in the world. So we're going to talk about life as a broker, just different broker results, how they are always, typically they're doing really good compared to their clients. Manipulation, if there's any manipulation there, and just different techniques brokers use that the average investor really can use as well. So Walker England will be on the show on Wednesday the 14th. That'll be at noon Central Time, so don't forget that. Mark that on your calendar. We'll make sure to put an update on Twitter. On my Twitter page, it's at Josh Lilquist, and make sure to get a update on there so you don't forget that. So let's move on. Let's move on to the dollar yen. So this dollar yen, we have our short bias here. As you can see, we got a close back here in June below this $107.50 area. Looking to take it down to the $100, $100, hundo. Keep it 100, whatever you guys want to call it, whatever the kids are calling it these days. So right now we're kind of in no man's land, sitting here and waiting to get either a close below this 104.25 or get a retracement back to this 106.75 and look to take a short there. So on basically a 75 pip stop loss and 175 pip target. Moving on to the pound dollar. This one here has been kind of a wild card lately. It's right now we're in no man's land. We have no action on this. And by the way, not being in a trade is actually okay. You don't have to be in a trade all the time. So we're in wait and see mode, looking to wait to see if we get a close below $1.32 or below $1.27. Speaking of the Australian dollar, this Australian dollar has been a nice one lately. We have our long bias. As you can tell, we had a close above this 72.50 or 72 cents basically. Almost got stopped out. So basically, as we had a close above there, had an entry point back here, stop loss here, almost at the target. I actually was late to the party. I actually got in a little bit lower, so I took my profits a little bit early. There's a little supply zone here that had been tested a couple times. We did finally break that, but with the late entry, I was able to get my target, pretty much the same target that I get anyway. So I was happy to close it out there and just move on. Wait for another opportunity. New Zealand dollar, here's another one, another opportunity to be in right now. So we have our long bias. As you can tell, reset here, got to close above this 62 cent area, 62.50. So once we got to close above here, retracement here, entry point, stop loss, looking to bring it up to 67.50. So just kind of wait and see mode. It might get there in the next week, probably this week, hopefully. If not, we'll get stopped out for a small loss, and that's what happens. There's losses in trading in the currency market. That's totally normal. Let's take a peek at the dollar, Swiss franc. Right now we have a long bias and looking to go long. Looks like we're going to have an opportunity here shortly if this continues to come down. So, by the way, these are 250 pip areas here on the 4-hour chart. This is a 1 week chart. So once we get a weekly close, we're going to break it down to a 4-hour chart into 4 250 pip ranges within that 1,000 pip target, and we'll take them every time. Once they get in there, if they get there and give you opportunities, gotta be able to pull the trigger, take that trade. So 90-cent area, looking to get in there. Stop loss just below the 90.75. Get in there. Stop loss just below the 90-cent area. Target at 92.50. So that'll be an opportunity there if this does continue to drop. The good thing is it was kind of a start of a new uptrend. As you can tell, it was a downtrend for a long time. It's really slowed down once they finally got this uptrend to break. Now we're looking at an opportunity and retracement here. Let's look at the Australian New Zealand. We have what do we got here? Short bias here. If you do have any questions in any pairs, feel free to throw them in the chat. Also, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube page and give it a thumbs up if you could. It helps with the algos, helps with you guys seeing things, and I can bring more guests on. You guys can see the guests and everything. A couple weeks ago, we had Jeff Manson on the show. We'll probably have David Warner on the show, a longtime Forex trader, next week, talking about the dimes, trading price to price action. So we have a short bias here. So once we get to this $9 area, looking to short there, an opportunity there. Obviously you guys got to make your own decisions. This is not recommendations. So as you are putting together your plan, put it together for what you need out of the market. What are you trading for? What is it for? What is the time frames that you can use? How do you do that? Have that all in your strict plan and really just follow that plan. Let's look at one more. Australian yen. This one here, we have a long bias, so it looks like we're going to have an opportunity once we get down to this 75 area. So looks like we had a couple stop outs here. So there is an entry opportunity here, and this happens. I'll give you a circle here and I'll show you. That's my ESPN app there. So you had an opportunity here. Looks like we would have got stopped out here. That's going to happen. Another opportunity here. Stop out there. Third time. The good thing about this is when you have much larger wins than your losses, you don't have to be right every time. So you're going to have losses, but the key is to keep those losses small and your winners at least 2 to 1 or at least 3 to 1, whatever your strategy tells you to do. So other than that, not a whole lot going on in the Forex market. It might be a slower week again, just not a whole lot of news. Hopefully get some tweets from some of the political parties out there, and that might spark some interest in this market. As we know, earnings this week, so keep an eye on earnings this week. A lot of the bank earnings this week, so we'll kind of see what's been happening with the banks as earnings season starts again. And as you know, keep your stop losses in, your protection, have your targets in, follow your plan. Wednesday, we're going to have Walker England on the show. He's going to come on and talk about life as a broker. He used to work for one of the larger brokers in the world, so he'll talk about life as a broker, how they do things. That's just typically different than what the public is doing. So we'll be doing that Wednesday, the 14th. At noon Central Time. We'll make sure to put a Twitter invite out there as well, so don't forget to check that out. Until then, retire young, my friends.